to my channel. If you guys are new to this channel, like this video, hit that subscribe button down below, because if you're not, what are you doing? And if you are not new to this channel and you already subscribed, let me find out. Let me find out. What? You did that? Boy. I truly appreciate you. In today's video, we are just going to talk about I'm going to talk about what I've been up to during this whole quarantine. First things first, I'm the realist. Okay, actually, that was the most corniest thing that came out of my mouth, and I realized that once I heard it. First, we are going to talk about my hair. My hair is currently in these protective styles. This is a Fulani-inspired braid. I decided to do my hair because I just wanted a break from not doing it, even though I haven't really been doing it this whole quarantine. To be honest, I've been rocking dookie braids for like a minute and just really unravel them and then wash them and then putting them back into dookie braids, and I decided, you know what, Krista, stop, because you look crazy, stop. So I decided to do these protective style because it just gives yourself a break and it's just less stress. I don't have to worry about it. It's not gonna get I don't have to worry about detangling, matting, all that stuff. I don't have to do it. I don't have to do it. I don't. All I have to do is just wash my scalp and wash my hair. That's it. That's really it. So I decided to give myself a break, because who else hates it when it's time to style your hair? Because this happens to me a lot. And I have like the perfect styles in my head. I'm like, oh, this smells so cute. And then when it's time to style my hair, I'm more like, what is this? Like, this is not what I pictured in my head. This is not what I planned out for. This is not what I planned my outfits to go with. Like, what is this? And then I just begin stressed out, overwhelmed. So I'm just like, you know what? Bump it. It's going to a bun. Or we're going to make it a fro. Bump it. Bump it, because the style's not going to work. We're either going to do a fro or we're going to do a bun. Those are the two. And if it's really bad, oh, we're putting on that beanie and we're going out the door at that point. Do a little swoop and then we're out the door. That's it. That's it. Nothing else. What else have I been up to? I've been taking online courses for my post-bac program. I'm currently a student at a post-bac program to help me get into med school. That is my end-all be-all goal, to get into med school. Well, not my end-all be-all goal, that's a bit dramatic, but that is my goal. That is my career-wise goal, is to get into med school. I do want to become a cardiothoracic trauma surgeon, and to make it actually even more clear, I want to be the chief cardiothoracic surgeon. You know what I mean? Chief Krista. Bam! Like, bam! I'm so ready for it. So I wanted to introduce to you guys that I'm also a student, because I do plan on making other videos, future videos, about my journey going into med school and like taking the MCAT, studying for the MCAT, how I study, my routines for that, goals, advice for it, tips. Those who are pre-health and are currently in college or in high school, don't know what to do. Like, I have so many tips, so many advices for students who are potentially trying to go into med school or not sure if they want to go to med school, not sure if it's the same path for them, whatever it may be. I had the mindset of going to college is that, you know what, after I finish my 4 years, I'm going straight into med school, and that's currently not the case. Currently, right now, I'm taking a post-bac program, and hopefully that'll help me get into med school. In my mind, when I was younger, it's like going straight to med school, but that's not usually the case for a lot of people going to med school. It's usually people take a gap year and then they go to med school. So I guess you can say this is my gap year, but it's not really a gap year for me because I'm still doing something. In addition to that, I also got into an EMT program, so your girl is going to be EMT soon, fingers crossed. I was a scribe, a medical scribe in the emergency department my senior year of college for almost a year. I want to say, well, at least, yeah, almost a year. I guess you could say almost a year. And I got to be a medical scribe in the emergency department. I got to see the day-to-day life, what happens in the ER, the fast pace of it, and I absolutely loved it. I loved the ER. I volunteered in the ER. I interned in the ER, and I also was a scribe in the ER. Like, I was in the hospital like every day, pretty much, like a lot of days during my senior year. Just so much exposure, and I absolutely love it, which is why I wanted to do more, because being a medical scribe is great, and it's great exposure, and you know, you get to see the day-to-day life, but you also don't get to be hands-on, and I wanted to be really hands-on and be more proactive. So I decided to, you know, apply for an EMT course, and I got in. I'm going to be an EMT, hopefully. I'm speaking things to existence, so I am planning on doing this EMT program. Hopefully I am going to become an EMT, and that'll give me more exposure and definitely a lot of hands-on experience for me to be prepared for med school, and for your girl Krista to be Chief Krista of Cardiothoracic Surgery. Bam! the sound of it is just music to my ears. I cannot wait. Which also leads to my third point of what I've been up to during this whole quarantine. This quarantine, I have also been up to self-reflection, self-motivation, self-love, self-care, all that. In terms of self-reflection, self-motivation, especially with my career goals, after listening to this podcast, the Pink Lemonade podcast, I found an Apple podcast. I'm pretty sure you can find any podcast, YouTube maybe. I know she has a website and she has a book, but it's called the Pink Lemonade podcast. Such an amazing podcast. Her podcast basically like tells you like to turn your life lemons into lessons. Each moment, let it be a teachable moment. And after I listened to her podcast for at least a month, I want to say, a little bit more than a month to be honest, but after listening to her podcast, one thing that really stuck with me is when she talks about our goals and how we all strive for our goals and we all have these admirations and these inspirations, these motivations for our goals, but then in reality, are we truly really reflecting what we want? In other words, it's more like, for example, I want to become a doctor, I want to be a surgeon, but have my actions really reflected that to be what I want? So have my actions reflected what I actually want to be in my future? So it would be, for example, it's like, say if I want to, I'm gonna use myself example again, I want to go to med school, but then my actions are more like not really into STEM, not really doing anything proactive for in terms of volunteering, getting exposure, interning, whatever it may be. If I'm not doing any of that stuff, but yet I want to become a doctor, it's like, okay, maybe you need to reevaluate yourself, or maybe you need to reevaluate and see how you can improve in becoming more proactive in terms of your actions to reach your goals. So for me, when she was talking about that, I was like, wow, like I know I have been doing so much volunteering, exposure, internships, all that, and it made me think, because are my actions truly reflecting my goals? And I think they have, because I've been volunteering, you know, worked as a scribe, did internships. It put more fire underneath me saying, yeah, my actions are truly reflecting my goals and I want to do more for myself, which is why I want to become an EMT, because I feel like it gives me even more exposure, more experience, and I get to have it hands-on experience, you know what I mean? So I was thinking a lot about that. In her podcast, she brings up so many great points, which I love, and I got to do that as well. So definitely check out our podcast. A lot of things I've been doing is changing up my routine. So my skin routine I've been changing up a lot, because I did see a dermatologist. I have seen a dermatologist. I had really good clear skin with her. I mean, she does a great job. But I decided to do more of the natural remedies and, you know, do more natural products. So I decided to do that and change my whole skin routine, and I see huge improvements in my skin. Granted, you can't tell right now. You're like, Chris, you're breaking out. Chris, you got dark spots. Chris, you got this. Chris, you got that on your face. It's like, yeah, I get that. I know. I purposely did not put makeup. Like, I purposely wanted to show you guys my natural face. And I want you guys to know that, like, I wish I had a before picture, but my skin right now it's doing great. And these products are amazing. So definitely look forward to a new skin routine coming soon. Maybe. Check, you know, be sure to look out for that, because I definitely have plans to do that. So be on the lookout for those about my new skin routine. What else I've been up to? I think that's it what I've been up to during this whole quarantine, and then like school, reflecting. Oh, also trying to, you know, build a strong relationship with God and my faith, really trying to work on my faith and my relationship with him, because I feel like it's been tough for me, and I've really been trying to work on that. I mean, I'll go more deep into it in future videos, not now. I don't think I'm ready for that yet. I do plan to talk a lot about more of my faith and my relationship with God and whatnot, and seeing like how that progresses as the years to come. So be on the lookout for that. In terms of other videos to look out for too, shout out to my friend Catherine, Cat. She gave me this idea about 2 years ago. I want to say I went on a medical mission trip with International Medical Relief Program, and it was an amazing trip, absolutely amazing. And I plan to do a reflection video on it and like how I felt about the trip, what I got from it, etc, etc, etc. So be on the lookout for that. I got to go to Senegal, so it was really amazing. I got to go to villages where there was little to no resources, honestly, little to no power, Wi-Fi. Like, you're like, oh my god, no Wi-Fi. It's like, yeah, no Wi-Fi. You can live without Wi-Fi, but to see how people live, it was amazing to take part in an experience like that and to give back and provide community health and etc, etc. So look forward to that video, because that video is coming soon. I don't know when, but it is coming soon, I promise. Other videos look out for more routine videos, a skin routine like I mentioned, morning and night routine video, a day in the life video, maybe a try and haul, a bunch of other videos. I'm not sure yet. My brain is still coming up with more ideas. I'm trying, but definitely be on the lookout for more videos to come, because they are coming, I promise. But if you haven't already, checked my other videos, because I have a good amount of videos up there already, so check out those videos. But if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button down below, because if you haven't already, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? I truly appreciate you guys checking out my videos. It means the world to me as I try to grow this whole YouTube channel. I'm really trying to find my niche in the world of YouTube. And honestly, for me, as my title is stated, Simply Krista, it's just a journey of me trying to find my truest self and just honestly be simply me through the ups and the downs, the adversities and the successes. I'm just trying to be Simply Krista and find my truest self and live my best life. Honestly, just trying to be happy and thankful for what God has given me, for waking up every morning. I'm just trying to be Simply Krista, and I hope you guys can be simply you too. You know, tag along me through this journey of finding my truest self, of finding what it is to be Simply Krista, and hopefully it inspires you and motivates you to find who you are and try to be simply you. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button down below, like this video, and check out my other videos. Peace.